So try to choose a course or program which is very much relevant to your academic and work background. Why is that? Because it will be easier for you to justify why you're taking that program. I mean, yeah, probably they're open with you trying to shift into another field, but you have to show them that shifting in another field will really benefit you, or what is your definite career plan for doing so. So I think it would be best to really pick up something that you really like, or that is because that is your background, so that you can easily justify why you're taking it. You have to highlight your relevant experience and qualifications, only those that are relevant. Because I think until now, you're still limited with about a few words on how many words you can put in your application. So you cannot put a lot, but then you have to be able to entice them to pick you among the many applicants. So you also have to show them that you have a huge potential. What will you do with a scholarship, with finishing an MA at UK? You have to show them that you have plans in the future. And then you have to be also sincere in sharing your motivation to apply for the scholarship award. Because they'll also know that what you're really doing is something that you're really passionate about, and that you will really be successful in what you'll do. So if possible, you can also give concrete evidences, just even like short examples of what are your expenses, or what you want to do after with the scholarship, or how is the scholarship relevant with your course that you will take, so that they'll just have an overview of what you really want. And then, since you're just given a few words to say all those, you need to be creative in doing it. You cannot really tell a whole long story about it, because they'll not accept the application if it's that long. So you have to be creative in that. And even though you want to highlight the best qualification you have, you need to write only what is true and correct.
And to answer the gentleman's question about how important are grades, let's just say that if you're applying for a master's in economics, the grades in math, science, or geometry, algebra are important. You know, in terms of achieving scholarship, if you flunk ROTC, we don't give a really shit about it. So we don't, you know, it's irrelevant. And I don't think naman a lot of people are fans of ROTC anyway. So yeah, we'll give you that, you know. But if you're into development management, I mean, it's a key thing. There's no parang, you can't really say it's what a really important aspect, but you think of it as a puzzle. Your academic grades, your personal statement, your reference letters, your what else? Your work experience. It's more of a puzzle in terms of giving us a picture of who you are and what your potential is. Okay? Transcript of our records, again, it's just a reflection of who you are. It's not the real you. But, you know, yeah, personal statement, recommendation letters, yeah. Sometimes, a lot of, you'll be quite surprised, even for universities in Oxford and Cambridge, a lot of them, we're not these listers or anything like that. Right? But a lot of people saw the passion in their personal statements, or how other people spoke about them or wrote about them. Minimum requirement is that you're not a British citizen. Okay? And then you have a local or international degree. Okay? That's the minimum requirement, and the 2 years work experience. That's the very minimum requirement. Even if you're living abroad, or if you're a dual citizen, it's going to be taken on a case-by-case basis. But do know, okay, for the achieving scholarship, you are required to return home. Strictly no internship program. Okay? especially for 2010 and 2011, you know, the contract is going to be more specific. Before it was medyo flexible, but now it's going to be more rigid, especially coming home. Believe it or not, one of the factors, one of the most difficult things that GMA scholars experience is homesickness. Second of which is actually returning home, because after they've garnered their master's degree, they're offered jobs already in the UK. Cover letter. My name is Mr. Reyes. I've been offered this. It doesn't really say much, really. I mean, it's, you know, even the high school essays. Another one? This one. If you're going to put an asterisk on something, unless the application form says so, an asterisk should always be followed with a note. And what the applicant did was, she put an asterisk on everything on major business applications, but she didn't put a note on what the asterisk meant. And also, I mean, 100, 111, if I were a UK advisor or a UK institution, I wouldn't know what that means. Personal statements. These are just tips. These are not your basic guidelines. This is not a black and white, but this is what you have to do. This is just more of tips to help you further strengthen your personal statement. I mean, we're putting a lot of stress on the personal statement because, in all honesty, that's a big component talaga with your application, whether through scholarship or not. British person who told someone in a forum what a personal statement should accomplish. Okay, it's already in your handouts. I'm just making sure that, you know, installing in your brain na read the handout later when you get home. Focus on your personal statement. My reasons for applying this scholarship is to gain self-confidence, knowledge, and experience that will boost my self-esteem to perform my job and bring honor to my countrymen in helping them build a quality education in the future youth. Ito, recommendation letters that didn't make it, or it's actually so negative to the applicant. Okay, dear Ms. Santos, I mean, Mr. Reyes' application for the scholarship is hereby recommended. The discipline of Mr. Reyes in studying is unquestionable. His attitude was not fade since our elementary years, and he was consistent honor student. He displayed and continued shows leadership and take opportune situation with ambiguities. You know, it's too general, and it doesn't do any applicant any good. Actually, it's more of a disadvantage for them to have that kind of recommendation letter. Ito, this is the killer of them all. I've personally known Ms. Santos since 2001, first as a patient, then later on as a friend. As her personal doctor, she would consult me about minor illnesses such as cough, colds, muscular, and skeletal pain. It's not suffering from any major illnesses. You know what I'm getting at, right? Well, that really happens anyone's chance of getting a scholarship, or even getting accepted to a UK university. Remember, route nyo is sometimes you have to get accepted to a university first, or get accepted to a scholarship.